I got started in tattooing by getting tattooed, going through an apprenticeship for a year, and then I was a tattoo artist. Learning how to tattoo from somebody that's been doing it for years and doing everything they said until I learned how to do it. That's how I learned to tattoo. I liked it from the punk scene. That's where it all started. That's where the modern, from the late 80s on, that's when people started getting tattooed, was the people in the punk scene. And I was a part of that, and it was me and all my friends getting tattooed. And now it's me and my friends that are the tattoo artists. We were the natural progression of people to start tattooing. The way I go about drawing or starting to tattoo is by drawing with colored pencil on tracing paper, a lighter colored pencil to begin with, then a darker colored pencil over it, and then a darker colored pencil over it to clean up lines. That way you're never erasing. You can layer up tracing paper so that you can draw things on top and put them right over each other. Once I get an exact drawing for what I'm going to do, we have a machine that makes a stencil for us. It's like a blueprint, and it gives the exact outline. I can place it anywhere on the body. When I pull the image off, it has a perfect blueprint of the outline of the tattoo. That's all I need. From there, I go right to tattooing. I see the outline on the body, and I trace it exactly with the tattoo machines. The actual needles used during tattooing are generally you use a liner needle and a shader. It's not one needle, it's generally groups. A liner would usually have 5 or 7 needles. The shader is going to have between 7, 9, 11, depending on how big you're going to do. It's going to get more and more needles, but it's definitely not just one needle. It's many needles grouped together. I love that my artwork is on people as opposed to on a wall. People walking around, it's all word of mouth. That's my industry. That's how I make my money, is people loving what I did to them and telling their friends to come get the same thing. I'm proud of that. There's a lot of pressures that come with it. Obviously, every time you're touching the skin, it's there for the rest of the person's life. They're putting a lot of trust in you, and 99% of the time they don't know you. They just come in and assume that you're going to be good, and so there's a lot of pressure that goes with doing a tattoo on somebody. I have to be honored that they want me to tattoo them, and it's also my career. It's how I make my money, so I have to do my job right. And pressure, yeah, when you first get started, it's extreme, a lot of pressure. The stigma that might still be out there with tattooing, the fact that people are going to judge tattoos, that's always going to be there. There's never not going to be there. It's much more acceptable nowadays, but there's still people that think it's just the worst thing, that assume you've been to jail, that assume that you're a lowlife. Who knows what they assume? But that's for them to assume. I don't care what people assume about it. I'm in this for me and not them. I definitely am tattooed to keep people away from me. I don't want them drawn in. I want them away from me. And the few people that know me, that like me, or the many people, that's great. That's all I need. If you don't like me and you're going to judge me, good. Stay away from me. That's perfect. It definitely sets you apart as somebody that I don't want to know. And that right there, if you're going to judge somebody without knowing them just because of how they look, they should look back at themselves. I can definitely pick something out about every person I see that I don't like. It's easy to judge.